this week, The Fiends watched.
Dude, what the fuck, man? You didn't use the blacklight paint?
What? You said you were doing the blacklight paint before I got here.
You were writing Orphan on the fucking wall. Dude, are you
it was
fucking
your
kidding?
idea to write Orphan on the wall.
But I said you fucking do it, bro. I can't even understand.
That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
So we ask each other very quickly, what did you think, spoiler-free, of the film? Because we do not know.
We do not know.
I'm going to ask you first. So
oh, shit.
What did you think of the prequel to Orphan, Orphan First Kill?
So I will say right off the bat that I did not like this movie. I think it has a major flaw straight from the jump. I think that without a doubt, this should have been made the year or two after the origi Orphan. And we're going to get into why. I'm also going to say at what point in which I called it. I'm sure a lot of people did, but I'll get specific. But yeah, it's the look. It's the look of her. It takes you out of the film. So I will say overall, I didn't like Orphan. First Kill.
Okay.
Mikey, you're about to bust a nut,
Yeah, I'm busting at the
or
seams.
you're
I'm
about
busting at the
to
seams.
fly into
No, I'm
outer
busting at the
space.
seams. Yeah, I'm busting at the seams, yeah.
What did you think about Orphan First Kill?
How did you not like this movie, dude? Oh my God. I really like this movie. I went into it thinking it's impossible to make a Orphan sequel. Oh, okay, they're doing a prequel. All right, the girl's older, so it's gonna kind of look weird or whatever, but okay, maybe. And spoiler, when we get into it later, they do something that answers the entire question of why are you doing a sequel prequel? And you always say this, and I actually have a recording of a clip, just audio, I can play it. You say, if you're waiting so long to make a sequel,
Anytime you wait 10 years, 20 years for a sequel, you need to have a great reason to do it. And a lot of them suck.
and they had a good reason to do it because they had a good story to tell. This story, the twist came and I go, oh my God, genius. Fucking, how else can you, I'm watching the first 45 minutes and I'm going, okay, all right, but no, there's gotta be something more to this, right? And when they introduced that twist, I applauded because I did not see that coming whatsoever. So I like the movie a lot. I can't believe you didn't like it, man. It just makes me sad. You know, I wanted you to like it. I wanted to agree, man.
It was all right. I mean, again, it wasn't the worst thing, but here's the problem, though. I'm not going to say the spoiler.
Yeah, we'll wait till we'll let you know when we're going to get into
spoilers.
spoilers.
But that's the problem is that I called it. I said it out loud early. And we can talk about when we get to that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean you called out the twist, you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you'll know why when I tell you, you're going to go, oh, okay, I can see how you got there.
Oh, like you're saying you noticed something.
It has to do with another movie / documentary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. It reminded me of that exact thing. That exact documentary, I go, oh my God, 100%.
So that was it.
Once the twist was revealed, I go, oh my God, yeah, that's just like, boom, you know?
And I go, oh, okay. And like, again, kudos, cool twist. See, but this is where I disagree, though. I don't think it's that great of a reason. I think this could have worked a lot better.
Oh.
Especially for looks.
If what?
No. Just the year. Just when this came out.
Okay.
I think if you do it where the girl actually looks still young, totally fine. I couldn't get away from the fact of how she looked.
Yeah, so
I couldn't do it.
So the story
let's talk about it.
Is about it's a prequel. And if you watch the first one, you know the story. She's, in her 30s, she looks like she's fucking 9 years old, gets adopted by a family, tries to seduce the dad. I just rewatched the first one, so I'm good. We're fresh on it. And it's a very good movie. I forgot how good that movie is. Holy shit. I was like, this is a fucking character study of this mother. Like Vera Farmiga does a great job in the first one.
Amazing.
But it's not a good movie to do a sequel to or even a prequel. You're like, all right, you know everything. You know the twist. You know that she's not really a little girl. What the fuck can you do? That's why I was so curious going into this. I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do that's going to surprise me? Like, what are you going to do, man? So again, she is going into a family in a little bit of a different way this time, Michael.
Yeah.
This all takes place a couple years before the first one, and she is pretending to be the missing daughter of a rich American family.
Esther. That's her name.
Esther, yeah, she finds her on some, internet sites and goes, oh, I kind of look like her. Boom, bada bing, bang, boom. I go, okay, cool. At least she's not just being adopted, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Because in the first one, they do say, like, oh, she was the family that brought her here, like, died in a house fire, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing mentioned about being a missing, but that you got to give it leeway because they didn't know they were going to make a sequel, right? So you kind of have to give them a little bit of a break there.
Yeah.
They didn't know they were going to do it so many years later. So I just thought, okay, cool, all right, but what the fuck's going to happen?
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Something needs to happen.
The opening is cool though.
Oh,
in the asylum,
it's the best part for me. For me.
Okay.
And I think it has it has the only what I would say good shot in the movie.
Okay.
For me, and
What's the shot?
Well, I would say it was interesting. You have this woman showing up as like an art therapist, right? And
yes, yeah, exactly.
yeah, and you're like, oh, well, she's probably gonna die or something.
No,
right?
see,
Like,
I'm totally disagree.
See,
My first
knew
note,
it.
I go, it's cool how they introduced the main character, and then nope, dies in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the trailer for this movie. I had no idea what this movie was about. I had no idea. I had no idea. I go, they're going to do something totally different. They might do Esther or like whatever. I go, this is our main character, our doctor, our therapist. This is our main character. And then they're like, no, she's dead in the first 15 minutes.
Oh, Anna. It usually takes only one.
So for someone who didn't watch a trailer, I thought she was the main character of the movie. And then they're like, nope, dead.
The reason why I pieced it, yes, I did see the trailer. So there's a couple of revealing things in there, but I'm like, oh, well, she has to obviously go to America. So,
see, I didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so anyway,
I didn't know
that was just me. But anyway, but look, they did a really effective job of, well, let's talk about the creepy pedophile, not pedophile
guard?
Orderly. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like, oh, wait a second. She's supposed to look 9, all right?
Yeah, but she's 33 or whatever. Yeah,
1,000%.
Okay.
But I was imagining, wow, if this was in the first one, this looks way worse because the girl she was 11 or 12 at the filming of the first one.
Yep.
But anyway, I like how she escaped. That was a nice little escape
It
by
was cool.
tricking
Yep.
him.
It was a cool escape scene. Yep,
And
absolutely.
I will give them credit, Mikey. There's a couple things.
You said a shot though. That's
Yeah, I'm
what
getting there. There's
okay.
a couple things I love in film, right? And I love a really good Texas switch.
Okay.
And they were pulling off
course.
some early Texas
Mikey.
switches they did a couple times throughout, but this was great because it was in a oneer.
The whole. Oh yeah, exactly.
I go, oh, this is cool. This is cool. You see the switch, you see it. Okay, yeah. You can obviously tell that from behind, not to sound weird. Oh, it's a 9-year-old girl.
Yes.
Comes back, cut to our actor who's a little bit lower, or however they did it. She's 25, whatever. But anyway, when she gets to that room where the red light is flashing after the alarm goes, I think that was the best looking scene, the best looking shot of when the lights would go off and then come back on. There's one that's really good where it's off. Esther's looking down. They come back on. She's looking right
I remember
at our
that
girl.
total. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Dude, I thought that was really good. And I was invested, man.
Me
I'm
too.
on board for this fucking movie.
Me too. And throughout the whole movie, it's obvious that they're using a double. So they're actually from shots from behind, next to someone. They're using a 9-year-old girl, which I thought was smart. I was like, okay, do that because it kind of tricks you a little bit. But this girl is whatever. How old are they?
25 now,
25 now, but she still looks young. So they pulled it off. I don't know if they did some sort of scene. She does not look like a 25-year-old girl is what I'm trying to say.
They de-aged her.
Yeah,
they de-aged her to do it, but when you see the comparison again, guys, I get it. The movie's fucking 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to throw that shit out, man.
I couldn't get past it.
Why not?
It's because of the look. It was almost kind of like laughable certain times when
Ooh,
she's in a room with her whole family, and it's just like, oh my God, she looks more 35 than 9, is what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying is the movie answers that.
For sure, she is 30. No, I understand.
No. The movie answers that where you're like, oh my God, this family, because I'm like, okay, hold on.
Well, we have problems there too, though.
The family, so it's 4 years. The daughter was missing for 4 years, right? Yeah. They don't establish how old she was when she went missing, okay?
Right.
They don't say how old she was. They might have said it in the flyer. I don't know.
And even the flyer says, when she searched, it was kids 9 to 12. So we don't even really know. Like, she could be 10, she could be 12.
She did not look 9 in that photo, though. She looked 5 in that photo.
She looked 5, and then I love the second photo of, like, what she will look like, and it's just literally our girl. Like, the jaw. Like, you have to do it, though.
But whatever. Those are things that they have to do to kind of make us believe that this family would buy into the fact that, oh my God, most tragic thing ever. They lose a daughter, missing for 4 years, found in another country. Oh my God, this is great, right? But we know it's a ruse. We know she's not that. So we're like, how are these parents and this kid like so dumb? They're like, oh, they just accept it. Yes, she looks like her. Okay, maybe their hearts are so broken, and that this girl that comes back in does look like their daughter, right? And they're going to accept it. My only problem was it was 4 years. I think it should have been like 8 years because I don't know how much someone can age in 4 years, dude. We've been doing podcasts together for a long fucking time. It's like, yeah, we look, but 4 years, man.
Yeah, like
4 years. That's it.
You're right. Because the only thing I can base it off of, and you have younger cousins
Yeah.
and stuff too. My niece is 9 right now, and yesterday the day I looked at a photo of her when she was 5, and I go, oh yeah. I mean, a lot changes, but you go, oh yeah, she looks 5 here, she looks 9 here.
But we don't know the ages. That's my problem.
1000%.
So they should have just made it a longer gap.
I
was
agree.
just thinking about 4 years. I'm like, dude, I've been clean for fucking 8 years. You've been clean for fucking a decade. I'm
Yeah.
like, 4 years is not a long time.
Good point.
So I just think make it longer. Make it 7 years.
Right.
So it's just like so long ago.
Right, and she's almost teen-ish,
Of
and that's
course.
where her look a little bit can be a little. You know, the older that you can make the age of the replacement
1000%.
girl makes sense for the circumstances of the actress. I get
Yes.
that. I agree with you on that.
And then they started introducing these elements. So she moves in with the family, and they start introducing these elements of suspicion immediately. Like, I wrote down, I just said, everything feels too suspicious. Like, there's too many things that start off right away that you're like, oh, the family would be like, what the fuck? Like, you're like, she has an accent. And there's other scenes that, like, they didn't integrate her into the family enough to where it made it believable. It was like too suspicious from the start.
Yeah.
But again, the movie answers that question with the spoiler because holy shit, it answers it. You go, oh my God, okay, the family's not dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like it fucking answers it. So I don't know. I that's what got me. I was having all these questions in the first 50 minutes.
Yeah.
All the problems that we just laid out. I'm having all these problems. And then once the twist came, I said, you answered all of my problems for me.
Yeah.
The dad is so devastated that he lost the daughter that, yeah, of course he's going to be willing to believe that the daughter's found.
Right.
People grasp at straws. Oh, that's totally believable.
Totally.
That the dad would be like, oh my God, my daughter's back 1,000%. So I don't know. I just thought it answered it, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yes.
It really does. I
Yeah.
can't argue with that, and I actually do give the writers credit for that. Like, so credit where credit's due, 100%. And if you have suspicions, they are answered.
It's a cool reason to do a sequel prequel. That's why I brought up that quote from you before.
Thanks.
That it is a good reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because we have a cool story to tell that has touches of other cases that we'll get into, real life cases that they pulled from, and it made it so believable for me. I go,
Yeah.
yes, that's a good reason. They had a reason to do it. We're not just going to tell the same story again.
Right.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Is that you're going to tell the same fucking story again. You know?
it was, again, I forgot from the first one, which
Me
I've seen
too.
a handful of times, which
Yeah.
again, awesome movie, right?
I watched it after.
Same.
Me too. Okay. I watched it after.
100%,
I watched it
100%.
after. Yeah.
Guys, on Paramount Plus, so you can watch them both.
Yep.
But I didn't know. It's not like I was like, oh yeah, what was the story that got her into the family in the first one? Totally forgot.
No idea. I just
So,
knew that.
yeah.
No, I just knew she was adopted.
1000%.
Oh, okay. That's it. I knew she was an
1000%.
orphan. The movie's called Orphan.
1000%.
So all I was like, oh yeah, they adopted her. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I
yeah,
knew.
yeah.
But I didn't put together the house fire and all the other
Right.
stuff. I didn't put that together.
But they did tie it together because you had to, right? Like you had to have the shots of the orphanage, like the name of it. Like again,
Yeah,
it
the
was-
Sarin Institute,
Yeah.
absolutely, for sure. But there are, inconsistencies when you go back and watch the first one.
Yeah.
There's inconsistencies because of they didn't know that they were making a prequel 12 years later.
True.
So it doesn't match up with the prequel, but that's fine because it's so many years later.
It's
you know?
it's very long after. But are we to believe from the title, Mikey?
Yep.
That we already said that the art lady dies. Are we to believe that that's her first kill?
No, I think the movie's just called First Kill.
Yeah,
Because in the first one they say she killed 7 people prior, so that's why she's in the institute to begin with. So I just think they called it that because it's a dope name.
Yeah,
And to
First
tell you
Kill.
it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Orphan,
Okay.
first kill.
Okay.
I don't think it's her first kill. Why
Yeah.
the fuck is she in the mental asylum? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
No,
right,
no,
right.
no, 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 no. It's not. They say she killed 7 people in the first one.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
but I hadn't watched the first one. So the whole black light shit that was going on,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm like, oh, it's going to come back in a way.
Yeah.
It's going to come back in some cool way.
Right.
And I wrote in my notes, like, while the movie was wrapping up, I'm like, that black light thing, what the fuck was that for?
I know.
Go back and watch the first movie. You're like, oh, that's how she learned the black light trick is from the dad in this movie. So I go, okay, cut that note out, and I go, the black light is a reference to the first film,
Right.
which was creative. You go, oh, that's how she learned about it. That's how she learned to do all this crazy shit.
Give 'em credit.
So you have to give them credit for that because they did, integrate things from the first one into this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, can we talk? Okay, can we just get the spoiler out of the way because
so-
I need to talk about the brother.
No, we're gonna
Yeah.
get into it right now.
Okay.
But you're recommending, or what are you doing?
I would still recommend the movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
was- look, there are good things about it. Overall,
Okay.
I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. That's
Okay.
the best way I can say it. Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. I thought it was a great reason to do a sequel, prequel. So if you're listening and you haven't watched, I would definitely recommend watching. It's on Paramount Plus. They both are.
If you're not Esther, who are you?
So now we are officially getting into spoilers. So if you're a watcher or listener, beware.
Beware right
Because we're
now.
going to dive heavy into the spoilers, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a cop coming, right?
My words.
Oh, really?
I was literally just going to say, so there's a cop coming.
Oh,
yeah,
no
yeah,
way. Are
yeah,
you
yeah.
fucking
I swear to-
serious?
I swear to God,
Wow,
dude.
we got cops coming.
Yeah.
So there's a cop who's been on the tail, man.
He introduces to the family, oh, hey, we have some news.
He's
He's
been
the one.
investigating
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Where's our daughter? What's her name? Esther?
Esther.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what she gets named. Duh. Where's Esther been? Right? For 4 years. So he's the main guy in the case. So he kind of plays the nun role in the first film.
Yeah.
The nun's kind of the one checking in and blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of formulaic toward the first one
Mm-hmm.
because it's, she has to go out and kill this cop because he's getting too close. Right?
Right.
He's seeing, oh, wait, hold on. There's something going on here.
The first time he takes the photo of her out
Yeah.
when they're walking,
Yeah.
you go, oh, he knows.
He knows.
He knows.
He knew
and he's
it.
going to get more info.
Yes, exactly. And we all know as the audience, we all know
Yeah.
from the start, okay, this is not their daughter. Like, we know that, right?
Right.
So watching all the family's interactions was interesting to me because I'm like, all right, how are they going to handle this? Like, are we just watching the same movie? That's so dumb.
Right.
We're just watching you can't do that. You have to have a reason
Yeah.
of what you're doing. Tell a new story. And that's exactly what they did. They told a new story with this spoiler. So Esther goes to the house, cop's house, right?
Yep.
Tries to kill him, stabs him, get into a little squirrel, I guess,
Yeah.
squirrel.
But a squirrely
And then
squirrel.
what happens, Mikey?
Insert Julia Stiles. You
Yep.
don't even see her yet. You just
No.
hear pop, pop, gunshot to the head to the detective. It's Julia Stiles.
Julia
the mom.
Stiles, because she's standing right behind her. That's why the cop goes, your mom knows too.
Right.
Because she found the book, blah, blah, blah. And from that point on, this movie totally flipped for me. And I leaped up like, not literally, but I leaped up going, holy shit, what's going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Shooting the cop right in the head. It just got me. I was not expecting the twist to happen. So you're
I
like,
was not expecting the cop to. Oh, sorry. The cop was going to die. Like Esther was
Of
going to get to the
course,
cop. So of course, I'm with you on that.
I wasn't expecting Julia Childs, the mom, the sympathetic mom
Yeah.
that lost the daughter, to show up and gun him down.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I did not expect. And then they explain what the fuck's going on. The cop dies, and it's basically a quote-unquote JonBenet Ramsey situation, right? That's
yeah.
where I looked at it from. I go, they're drawing inspiration from a theory of the JonBenet case that her brother and JonBenet were playing a little too rough. JonBenet died, and the mother and the parents covered it up. That's what happens in this. The older brother was playing too rough with his younger sister, Esther. She died. The mom, Julia Stiles, and the brother covered that shit up.
There was nothing that I could do for her. It was too late. Gunnar, he was always way too rough with her.
They say, like, what was I going to lose? 2 children? It's all the theories and the things that you hear about the John Bonet case. And that's what I loved about it, because I'm like, yeah, this is like the John Bonet, mother and, like, I felt it, mother and son, like, this is what would happen if that is a true theory in the John Bonet case.
Right.
So I loved it because I was not expecting that to happen whatsoever.
I wasn't expecting it to happen then. I'm going to tell you, though, and I'm being dead serious.
Sure.
When they're on the plane, when they very first are on their way back,
Yep.
and Julia Stiles
Yep.
starts showing her pictures of the family on the phone,
And the grandmother, yeah.
of
Yeah, of
basically
course.
everyone,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
I go, Julia Stiles, she knows this isn't her kid. She's doing the Imposter was the documentary I'm
Yeah,
talking
The
about.
Imposters, the documentary we're talking about. If you haven't watched it, go fucking seek it out. 'Cause
Won't
it's
even say anymore.
Fucking fantastic.
It's one of the best documentaries of all time. But
Wow, that just hit you just because she was showing pictures?
1,000%.
Wow.
So I go, oh, she's doing this to educate her on who everyone is in the family.
What?
1,000. So Mikey, when she shoots him,
What?
when she shoots the cop, I go, knew it, called it. Like I said it out loud.
Oh my God.
When she did the swiping, and I'm being dead serious. I'm not trying to be one of those guys.
No,
It was
listen.
just one of those things, and I go, that's. So I
You
had that in the
clicked
back
it.
of my
That's
head.
crazy.
I
Because
clicked it.
I think 9 out of 10 people did not click what was happening in this movie.
I
dude.
would say 99 out of 100. I think in this case I'm
that's
rare.
Craziness,
Yeah, I think in this
man.
case I'm pretty rare.
That you were like, oh, Julie Stiles is in it. But what did you think?
But you thought the imposter? No, I didn't know that it was going to be necessarily to the level of
I'm saying,
my
what
brother
did
killed
you?
her.
What did you think when you said Julie Stiles knows this isn't my daughter?
I thought that Julia Stiles killed her daughter.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought not the complexity of
You
the
thought
brother.
she killed the daughter.
Yeah, and only she knows that, and everyone else is out of it.
Oh, so you even called that Julie Stiles was in on her daughter's murder.
I assumed that Julia
Yeah.
Stiles killed her daughter.
Wow.
As soon as it was on the plane.
Hey, man.
As soon as thanks, man. And I had to say it because I
That's
said
crazy.
it out loud on the plane. I go, that's it. Her daughter's dead and she knows it. That's anyway.
That's crazy.
But
wow,
I want to point
man.
out how annoying that is, though, with the brother when you think about this.
Why?
Shh, Mikey, how many days go past until she tells the brother what the fuck is going on and who she is?
Until who tells the brother?
The
What do
mom
you mean?
tells the brother who the girl upstairs is. It's at least 3 days. The point being is this. that-
Oh, you mean when yeah. Because she's trying to figure out the situation and know what's going on. She's not thinking they're in danger. You know what I'm saying? What do you
sure,
mean?
that could be it, but like she doesn't tell the brother who she is.
No,
oh,
she
well, sorry,
the
she doesn't
brother
find her out.
knows.
The brother knows.
The
it's not
brother
his-
knows it's not the sister.
No,
right?
1000%.
It's only when Julia Stiles realizes that there's a threat, that this girl's fucking nuts.
Right, because aside from that, she's just gonna say
It's the little
behind
girl.
closed. No, she's gonna say, "Go ahead, just go on."
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I
They
take it back.
think-
I take it back. Yeah,
Julia Stiles doesn't know that she's a 33-year-old woman. Julia Stiles just knows that it's not her daughter.
Right.
She doesn't think that. She just, it's a girl trying to get a family.
Yep.
What's the harm in that? The brother knows. He fucking knows.
Well, of
his
course,
sis-
he fucking killed her.
There was no harm or threat there
Right.
until she figures out that this fucking woman is 33 or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she is a psychotic maniac.
Right.
Then she tells the brother.
So what does this mean? Well, it means she's not a kid. She is a grown woman, and we cannot underestimate her.
No, she's more than that, Mother. She's a psychopath living in our fucking house.
That's what it is. I fucked that up in my head.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because obviously he knows
Yeah.
that's not his sister. His
Yeah.
sister's dead.
They think it's
but
just
yeah.
a girl trying to have a family, basically.
Right.
So
It's a mind fuck to go through, though. Like to imagine that you are even the brother.
That's-
you're going. This girl's back in our lives.
But every
Like,
character's perspective is a mind fuck to go through.
Yeah,
The
the
dad's
dad, the
perspective.
mom.
Oh my God, my child is back after 4 years.
Right.
Fucking horrible to deal with. The mother's perspective. I did something that maybe some people can understand. You covered up a murder of an accident that happened with your 2 kids. Why lose both when, one's already
Yeah.
gone? Some people might understand that.
Yeah.
Her perspective is mind fucked. The brother's perspective is mind fucked too. Did I even write this down? Oh yeah, I love how they turned all the characters into morally ambiguous people. No one's good and no one's bad. There's no good guy or bad guy. Sometimes you're rooting for Esther, sometimes you're rooting for the family. Everybody's morally ambiguous. And in the first one, it's not that. It's Esther is the slasher, the family are the victims. That is it. This is totally different than the first one. We're like, oh, wait, hold on. Now I'm with Esther on this. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Now I'm back with Julia Stiles on this. No, wait, fuck Esther. No, wait, fuck Julia Stiles. Fuck the brother. Wait, hold on. No, wait, the brother was an accident. You're like, that's character. That's complex characters. And that's what I mean by a reason to tell a new story. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm rooting for Esther. Like, there were scenes where I'm like, oh my God, yeah, Esther, go, fuck these rich fucking white people who killed the daughter. Like, for the writers to make me, like, have sympathy for Esther after watching the first, like, knowing her, that's hard to do, and they fucking do it. So I gave him credit for that because that's really hard to do.
I will say it's a rare case. I will give credit for the writing. It's just you don't see this often.
Well, a lot of good movies have it, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where there's no good guys or bad. Quentin Tarantino movies, you're like, there's no good guys or bad guys. It's like, people aren't just good or bad. They do bad things, but they're good people. So good movies have those fleshed out characters, you know? Super fleshed out.
Yeah, fleshlight.
You know?
Fleshlight, as they say.
That was a big selling point for me on this movie was, holy shit, you literally, like, made me root for Esther sometimes and hate the family and vice versa. And that's hard to do. So
yeah, that's true.
I did love that.
We're at the point where Julia Stiles,
Yep.
it's revealed, she tells the brother, so now it's like, look, you're gonna live this life because I'm gonna fucking kill you if not, right? It's like you need to pretend to be the daughter, and you're gonna live this life.
It's for the father.
Keep the father happy.
It's for the father. Yep.
And people would love to be in this position that you're in, but nothing is right after that, right? It's like nothing goes right. It's a fucking. But even for Esther's point of view, it's like you got to keep this going on for fucking ever.
But that's what I'm saying. You're like, what the like. It adds so much drama and conflict to me where it totally flipped the movie for me. I was so interested after that. I was like, what's going to happen? What? It was just, it makes it way more complex because now there's all these different things where the dad is the only innocent one in this whole movie.
I liked him. I liked the dad a lot.
Well, there you go. The movie did its job. You said, hey, I liked him a lot. That's the only person you're supposed to like. Is the father. Everybody else is morally ambiguous and is not good or bad. The dad is the only victim in this movie. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. He's the only like true victim in this movie. So
maybe the cop.
The sympathetic. Yeah, no, I'm talking about main characters.
Yes.
I'm not saying every single person in the film, man.
Maybe
Come on now.
Art direct doctor.
I'm not saying the whole cast, man. I'm talking about our main 4 people.
Yeah. But let's talk about the kills. Can we talk about the kills really quick? Because this is where I think the movie...
But this isn't a kill movie, though.
Yeah, but I think it...
The first one isn't.
No, I understand. But I think if you're coming back with a sequel, I think you can add complexity to the kills to make it a little bit more memorable. I think
that's not what kind of movie these are.
I get it, but like the only one I liked was when she killed the brother, right? Like I was like, oh, okay, this is a cool one. Shoots him with the dart, goes up and just takes his fucking stupid, whatever you even call those sword things for fencing, and just jabs the fuck out of him until he's dead.
Okay.
I would have just liked to see him with more better kills, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that's not this kind of movie,
It's fine. I get it now. I get it after watching it. Yeah, I would just like to see better kills. But the first one
isn't, is what I'm trying to say.
I agree, but you can do something different.
You just want like a slasher.
You could do something different for the fact that you're coming back 12 years later. You can.
They did do something different. The whole fucking story's different.
But on the kills is what I'm trying to say, Mikey, is that if it's not really focused on the kills in the first one, you can add a little bit more flair to the second one.
Okay, sure, man.
That's what I like to. I would like to see.
She's a 9-year-old. Okay. She has the strength of a 9-year-old girl. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, she's stronger than a 9-year-old.
No. What the fuck are you talking about?
She's a 25-year-old girl trapped in a smaller body. She has
literally her body is. They explain it in the first one and in this one. It's proportionate to a 9-year-old girl.
Well, that's she killed that orderly pretty well. You know.
What's up?
She killed that orderly pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, because she uses her skills of seduction. Ugh. It's totally different, man. You know?
I mean, she is 20, so it's fine.
Yeah, I had no problem with the kills. It's because I didn't expect crazy kills in this movie, but I will give them credit for I took a photo of it, popping it up right here. So if you see, there is a sword stuck in someone in one of the paintings on the wall in the first one with the black light when the dad is switching, whatever his name is from the first one, that actor.
Yeah,
Skarsgård flipping up all the lights, and you see the picture of the mansion on fire, and there's 2 people right in the doorway. One of them has literally like a fencing sword stuck into them. And I'm like, shit. Oh, okay, cool. The writers went back, watched the first one. They said, oh, okay, might not perfectly match up. Like there's no one hanging because there's a picture of someone hanging, but next to it, there's literally a fencing sword stabbed into someone. That's cool. I like that. I like how it's these little homages to the first one.
Can't argue with that. If you're gonna bring things from the first and put them and bleed them into the later sequels,
little thing like I would never have noticed that.
Yeah.
But rewatching the first one, I was so intrigued to see how they connected it because they say the things they say in the first one don't match up with this, where they're like the family from America adopted her and da da da, but like no, they didn't adopt her. You know what I'm saying? The family that like no, it was their missing daughter, right? So things don't match up with the original. So they tried to do other little details that would connect it because they're trapped in a box. The first one's already done.
Yeah, you either have to write around it or just
throw in little details that would make it go together. Like we all knew the fire was coming because I just remembered that that there was a house fire in the first one. That's how it was presented to us.
You learn it very early on in the first one. Oh, house fire. So you're like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
Right.
And but there's a little bit of a problem because they say that it was arson in the first movie. That's like a kind of a reveal point when she's on the phone. They're like, oh, yeah, it turned out to be arson. And this one, Mikey, how does the fire start?
It's not arson.
It's not arson. Julius Stiles literally like runs into the stove or some shit, and all of a sudden the fire just starts. It is not arson.
No, it's
not. It's not. So.
Yeah.
That's a little, again, like I said, they're trying to connect it, but you can't connect all of the dots.
Right.
So that was a little mistake there that they
who
made.
knows? Maybe some asshole firefighter or the fire marshal shows up and goes, it was arson.
To me, the idea is just so crazy of someone, and I don't know why, of a full-grown adult claiming to be a little child. That's why the first one got me so good. I think it's one of the best twists because it's just a creepy idea to me, man.
Totally.
Just a creepy fucking idea.
It's one of the creepiest. When the reveal happens, I had no idea, just like most people didn't, right?
Of course not.
But I
you didn't call that one? That too, dude? You didn't fucking call that one?
No, I didn't. But I will say this, though. I think that for this movie, First Kill, I say you just abandon the actress and get a new actress. I think that, because I think the more you have her look and like the first one, I think you can just go with it, and that's something you can forgive after 12 years too. You don't
see.
I'm
totally on the other side.
Have the same actress play this.
I think you do.
No,
she's on the poster. She's the main thing. She still looks young. You do a little de-aging. That's it, man. To bring in you just told me about a major problem of a show that when changing actors, like. Within, you know what I'm saying?
It depends, though. It depends on the time frame. It depends.
But dude, you're telling me it wouldn't have felt like less of a movie?
No.
For me, it would have been like, oh, it doesn't have as much weight. They couldn't even get the fucking same girl to come back. I would have been like, it would have felt more like B movie to me if I saw a different quote unquote Esther.
Well, here's the deal. I think that there's a couple things you could have done. You could have gotten a younger actress and then done some face stuff with the original actress to make her look like the girl in the first one.
Wait, you're saying they get a new actress Get a
12-year-old actress.
Okay, and then do what?
She's doing everything, but then you make her look like the girl in the first one. Whether it's de-aging or whatever.
Well, what's the point of that? Why not get the main? Why not just get the main girl and de-age her?
Doesn't look.
What do you mean? But it's crazy.
Good.
But
I think like.
But that's what I'm saying is So it's like you're going into it.
I think I would have felt. I think I would have felt different.
Everybody has different
strokes, different boats, or whatever they say.
But you said your major thing was that you called the twist, though.
For sure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So that was. So that when you're
both
saying
of those things were actually working against me, though.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Working against you, and they're working against each
really
other or against you?
The movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
I bet you if I got that initial shock, look, when it happened, and that was shocking. But I go, of course, this is it. So I don't know that in combination with I couldn't buy that she's the same girl from the first. I just couldn't buy it. It is the same girl.
But you could buy fucking like superheroes flying through the sky.
This is different.
It's not different.
But there's a lot of technology today that they...
Because it's 12 years later, man.
And I think you could have gotten the same movie with a different actress.
No!
Yes!
You're insane!
I've only heard you say no like that twice in my life.
She is Orphan. She is the Orphan. She is Esther. What?
Would you have been complaining that it was a different actress if
Yes!
Hear me out. If she looked like her, sounded like her...
It would have made it horrible for me. If you're going to get a new actress,
I don't buy that.
Then tell a whole new story with a whole new person. Don't get someone to play someone else. I hate that. I fucking hate that.
She just doesn't
You don't
pass.
swap actresses, man.
She just doesn't pass for me, but that's my perspective. She doesn't pass.
But the movie answers it.
But it doesn't because it's a prequel.
No, but Mikey.
I know what you're saying, though.
What am I saying?
You're trying to say that the movie answers it because she actually is an older woman.
No, because the family knows it.
No. Oh, no.
That's how the movie answers it.
100%.
So what's your problem?
Because it's a prequel.
But
so if she lived in the first one.
But the family knows it.
Not the dad, but yeah.
But like I said before, the dad, you have to suspend your disbelief that maybe he's so distraught, it ruined his life, that he's just choosing to believe that this is his daughter.
Yeah.
The dad's the only one that you really have to be like, okay, I'm going to suspend my disbelief that he thinks this is his daughter. The mother and the fucking son, they know it's a 33-year-old woman.
Yeah.
The movie answers that problem for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure, but a great job with the look would make you go from watching this movie to the first and say cohesive.
No way, it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Of course it is, dude.
No, it's not impossible.
Of course, you're never, Mikey. It's 12 years. They're never gonna make her look exactly
I know,
alike.
but you can lend. But that's where I'm talking about, where you get another actress.
You're saying another actress would have looked more like her in the first one?
No, but you can easily put. You can
put what?
You can. What are you talking about? You could put her fucking face on the.
You're
girl.
gonna do a face. You're gonna do one of the face swaps.
Sure.
What?
But Mikey, you can do that today.
technology's not there yet.
No, but it's
what movie has ever done that?
Well, no, it's not that the face swap. Well,
whatever.
Many people
technology's
we see YouTube videos where it's better than what they've
the
done.
lips, Mikey. You can't do that in a feature film. What movie's ever done it?
No, no one has.
Exactly.
Well,
because it's not there yet.
But they've made CGI characters from scratch that looked good.
No, but they look like shit, dude.
Not all of them.
Most of them. All right, so the ending. You want to get to the ending?
Let's talk about the ending, right?
Let's talk about the ending, man.
So all hell breaks loose while the dad's away painting in Manhattan, New York,
having
whatever.
a meeting. He has a big meeting.
He's a big meeting.
Yep.
He's a hot
big guy.
artist, right?
He's a big fucking guy.
And it's like, okay, after you already stole the car, when you come back to the house, you're fucking dead. We're gonna kill you, the mom and the brother.
It's like they know this can't go on. Julia Stiles knows from the get-go this can't go on.
How could you sleep another night?
She's
with this going on?
she's buying time.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's like. Someone's gotta die here.
Right.
So it all culminates in them trying to kill each other, basically.
Right.
And I found it pretty believable when they first attack her in the bathroom and then she kind of gets away. I go, okay, you know, I buy it because two people, a fucking strong, you know, however, 16-year-old kid.
Strapping.
And then, you know, pretty well-built Julia Stiles against this fucking 9-year-old body. I think that is pretty fair to say that they would overpower her.
No question.
So
she slips and slides out of there, and then the brother gets her, and there's a tussle, and he throws her down the stairs.
Yes, exactly.
No, it's believable.
It's believable enough, right?
Yeah.
And then the fire starts, and lights are out. And she kills the brother in the art room. And you said you didn't like the kill, or you did like the kill?
I liked that was my favorite kill in a movie that's not supposed to be about kills.
It was pretty much the only real kill, you know?
Yeah,
the cop, Julia Stiles shoots in the head.
The art instructor in the beginning.
Yeah, just bang, bang, you know? Yeah.
I guess there's only 3. Good point.
It's very similar to Skarsgård's death but I like that because it brought out the same thing where Esther just snaps and literally stabs someone just like 15, 20 times. Same thing as Skarsgård in this. So I like it. I like how it just mirrored, oh, this is what she does. She literally snaps and can just cold-blooded stab someone a million goddamn times. So I like it. Like at that point, I kind of wanted to see the brother die.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy.
No, fuck him.
That we're like, oh, go Esther, you know? Like that's fucking nuts, man.
Team Esther.
So then what happens there?
Well, the dad comes home while there's a chase on the roof between Julia Stiles and Esther, and they both become hanging off the shingles, and the dad, oh, what's going on? And Julia Stiles tries to get out at the last minute. It's not her daughter, you know, it's an imposter.
She does say
She does
it,
get
yeah.
out.
Not Esther, she's a grown woman.
Lying.
She's
Mommy is lying.
Give me your
No,
hand.
Daddy, please help me.
Then Esther's shouting, she's kind of like, what? Julia Stiles just falls off, fucking dies. Then it's the...
Love that, though. So they're both hanging. I love Julia Stiles. I love how it was just that shot, and then like it felt impact. I'm like, oh my God, hit her head on the curb. I'm like, that's cool. I love that. Blood splattered everywhere. But I will say you jumped just right to that spot. But before that, it was a little clunky, that rooftop scene. This is obviously a low-budget movie, guys. Like, it's a really low-budget movie. So it was a little clunky, that chase there. I didn't think it worked as well, but it had to be a big fire. So what are you going to do? It's either out in the woods, on the roof, or you totally change, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But so they were kind of painting into that corner. So I don't know. The ending was a little bit clunky for me.
I didn't like it.
But I liked how it was revealed to the dad really quick, and he pulls out the fucking teeth. Like, that was crazy. What the? Who the fuck are you? You know?
And then instant push from Esther.
Yeah, but she didn't. But she didn't mean to. So that's the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
She was. The dad kind of pushed her.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck are you? You know that I rewound it like 3 times and watched it. It was like a reaction from her.
Yeah.
Where in the other one, she does kill Skarsgård.
Right.
That because he rejects her. This one, it's almost more sad because she didn't mean to kill him. She didn't want to throw him off the roof.
Yeah.
It was like a reactionary push slip kind of thing. Boom, both dies, dead. There you go. And I don't know. I loved the song playing when she started walking down the house slowly and grabbing her stuff. Like, I loved it. It felt cinematic to me. I liked that whole exit of her walking out of the house, knowing the events of the first movie. You're like, no, okay, now she is Esther. She's going to be adopted by this family, et cetera, et cetera.
But I will say this is one of the worst height examples is in this shot when she leaves the front door, and I have it right here.
Okay.
Who knows? Might have been the last day of shooting. I don't know if everyone's exhausted.
Okay.
Dude, she walks out as a full-grown woman. You see where the window is and where she leaves.
Yep.
She walks out. You go, oh, that's a 5'5" actress.
Oh, you're talking about her height.
It's terrible.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from where they fell from. Okay.
Nope, it's terrible.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
And I go, all right. I go,
Oh, you were being really literal with this,
I
huh?
was getting
Wow.
hard. But they did a good job throughout the rest of the movie of her walking at small lengths, but not this one.
Fantastic.
Not
Yeah.
one person said, open that door and walk out on your knees, or whatever they were going to do. Hunch down because she was tall.
Yeah.
And then they cut to a wide, and you
Yeah.
go, oh, yeah, that window is fucking tall.
I see. Yeah. You were being I get it. You were being very literal of like, oh my God, she's 25. Like, I want her to be 9. I want her to be
Well,
9.
let's all
Please
take it
be
easy.
9. Be a 9-year-old girl. Let's get a real 9-year-old girl in there. Mikey, I know you. I understand your.
desires.
I understand why you wanted that. You know what I mean?
I want cohesiveness, dude. It has nothing to do with sexual anything. Okay.
well-
but anyway, I wasn't a fan of the ending. I wasn't a fan of how that went down on the roof. I wasn't a fan of that. So,
See,
yeah.
I
Okay.
was
But-
because I feel like I compare these movies to The Good Son.
The Good
These
Son.
movies are like The Good Son. Go back, watch the first one, watch this one. They're not slashers. They're not like bloody gore movies. They're not high suspense until the climax comes. They are movies like The Good Son. A lot of interaction between the kids, especially in the first. It's a very Good Sonny to me. How does The Good Son end? Very similar situation, hanging. These movies remind me of movies like The Good Son, and I love those. I love The Good Son, but I love those kind of movies. So I don't know. This movie did it for me. It really did do it for me because it gave a reason for a sequel.
I will say that it's one of the best examples of a reason to come back. So
Okay,
I'm giving
cool.
credit for that.
At least you're giving it because you always say that.
I always say it.
You're like, oh, you need a good reason.
You do.
For a sequel after all these years. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's true.
And the one time where there's actually a good reason to do a sequel, you're like, nope, let's get a real 9-year-old. Nope, I called the twist imposter. You know what I mean? Nope, don't like it.
Yeah.
Just ignored everything else. God damn
I
it.
didn't ignore everything else, but it just didn't do it for me. And it's like a one and done for me. I've seen the first one a handful of times over the years.
Yeah.
It's been out for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I've only seen it a couple, but I just rewatched it.
Yeah.
But I had not watched it in a long time.
no, it's
So I
been a minute.
forgot like exactly what happens at
Yeah.
the end, you know?
Yep.
I like how they pull. I really like the John Bonet aspect. That was a big selling point to me. Was oh my God, no, it's like, oh yeah, we get a little insight into what it would be like between John Bonet and her dad, I would say too, and the brother.
Yeah.
It gave me like the conversations that they would have and how Patty would be outside just staring into the dark night, thinking about what the fuck happened while Julia Stiles was on screen. That's what I was thinking about, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Never got that before in a film. So I like that. There's never been a John Bonet film, and that it gave me John Bonet vibes, dude. John Bonet vibes.
I wonder if they watched this.
They definitely did not watch this.
I wonder if they will, and they go, "What the fuck, Mom?"
Yeah, well, Patty's dead.
Oh,
So,
fuck, Patty is dead.
The dad.
The brother's still thriving though.
Oh, he's thriving on
Yeah.
Dr. Phil, dude. Thriving on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I don't know. I don't have much else. You want to score it up? What's going
Yeah,
on?
let's score it up.
All
You
right.
have to go first.
I'll go first. I'm gonna give this movie I'm gonna give it an 8.3.
Wow. Okay.
Well, 83 on Rotten
No,
Tomatoes.
that's a great score. That's a
83
really
on
good
Rotten.
score.
I don't think it's a great score. I think
It's a really
good
good
score. I think 83 on Rotten Tomatoes is a good score.
Yeah. It's a really good score.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 6.0 flat.
Oh, 60%. So Mikey's giving it fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. All right, that's
I'm
not
giving
bad,
it
man.
a D, like I used to get all the time in school.
Fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'll give it
love
credit.
it,
Just
dude.
it wasn't. I was. Oh, there's something. I wish things
Love
were
it,
different in
man.
life.
I think this is it's almost better than the first in terms of creativity.
Okay.
The character work in the
sure.
first one is way better with Vera Farmiga. Like her character in that movie is that first movie.
Oh, she's so good.
But this one is more creative of a story without a doubt. There, obviously, the twist is great in the first one, but the whole complexity of this story in the family, I loved it in this one. So that's
Yeah,
it.
okay.
All right. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for swindling us and pretending to be someone else. By the watch.
As always.
One more time.
As always.
We're gonna be back next time with.
Something where the girl on screen is actually playing a 9-year-old girl and not pretending to be one who looks 30.
Mikey, I don't watch like you.
Cut that.